Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in tonight's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on this biopic film I finally got my chance to see today, and I actually went and saw this movie with my mom today at a Cinemark movie theater. Not the one that I work at, because I actually saw this movie at my different other Cinemark theater that, yeah, it was actually the same Cinemark theater that I went and saw Snack Shack at back in March. And I've been to a couple movies there as well from years ago. So this review is going to be on Saturday night. Yep. This is like me and mom's ticket to the movie Saturday night. Yeah. Basically like unfolds like that. Yeah. Yeah. So Saturday Night is the new biopic film about Saturday Night Live, of course, like one of the most popular late night shows that involves sketch comedies involving famous celebrities and actors. So, yeah. And this movie takes place on October 11th of 1975 when the show first premiered on television late night on that Saturday. Yeah, so this movie comes to us from the director of Juno, Up in the Air, Thank You for Smoking, and Men, Women, and Children, Jason Reitman. And the movie's also produced by Gil Kenan, who's known for directing Monster House and of course the new Ghostbusters film, Frozen Empire. But anyway, the story of Saturday Night is basically, based on a true story, like I said, and it's played out as like a biopic on how the first episode of Saturday Night Live was shot. And throughout the movie, tensions run high as producer Lorne Michaels, played by Gabriel LaBelle, and a ferocious trope of young comedians and writers prepare for the first broadcast episode of Saturday Night Live on October 11th, 1975. And pretty much throughout most of the movie, you get like a little behind the scenes on how the cast and crew were preparing themselves before they started filming live for the first episode. And yeah. And of course, we got ourselves a good cast, including Gabriel LaBelle, J.K. Simmons, and Willem Dafoe. Yeah. So, I had a little bit of struggling to see this movie at first. Like the same thing with Piece by Piece. Since this movie wasn't really playing at my local Cinemark movie theater that I work at. So, and of course, I had to see this movie at the Arundel Mills Cinemark, like the Egyptian designed, like, Cinemark theater. Yeah. So, when I first saw the trailer to this movie, it actually interested me right away because Saturday Night Live has always been one of my all-time favorite shows, even from a long time ago when I said that. And this movie did look pretty interesting from the trailer, and after seeing it, this movie actually turned out to be really good. I absolutely loved Saturday Night. It was spectacular. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, and even after walking out of the auditorium, I was thinking, I think Saturday Night is actually one of my new favorite movies of the year. Because I pretty much almost enjoyed everything about this movie. Yeah. And I like how the cinematography is actually played out as like a mid-70s setting. Yeah, the cinematography was beautiful. And the story itself was also easy to follow as well because it was basically, like I said, it's basically about all the comedians and writers and actors, and they have to prepare themselves to start filming the first episode of Saturday Night Live. And of course, you also get a bunch of like unfamiliar actors that are playing that famous comedian, like Chevy Chase, and yeah. And of course, like Lorne Michaels, who's the producer of Saturday Night Live, and he's actually played by Gabriel LaBelle. Yeah, in case some of you guys don't know who Gabriel LaBelle is, Gabriel LaBelle is a Canadian actor born in September 2002. And I first knew about him when he was in the Steven Spielberg film The Fabelmans. And I absolutely adored him in The Fabelmans. And, I loved him in The Fabelmans, Sammy Fabelman. And earlier this year, back in March, Gabriel LaBelle was in another movie that came out in March that I also went and saw, Snack Shack. Yeah, and I still enjoyed Snack Shack. I thought Snack Shack was a fine enough coming of age summer comedy film. Yeah, Snack Shack I really liked. But I gotta say, Saturday Night I think was even better than those two films that Gabriel LaBelle was in. Even though The Fablemans needs no introduction, since I still love those two movies, like Snack Shack and The Fablemans. But yeah, Gabriel LaBelle here was actually terrific in this movie as Lorne Michaels. Like he was terrific in this movie. And ever since I saw Gabriel LaBelle in The Fablemans, I always thought he kind of looked like my best friend Tyler Girk. Yeah, Tyler Girk, who was one of my best buddies, and when we both attended the Best Buddies program at our high school. Yeah, yeah, I like Gabriel LaBelle. And and as for the other actors that are playing those famous comedians, that they all did a great job as well. And of course we also get like J.K. Simmons and Willem Dafoe. That they were both good in the film. Oh yeah, and I'm sure some of you Jim Henson fans are out there are even wondering about how the first episode also featured Jim Henson and of course like his puppetry and all that. Yeah, Jim Henson's actually in the movie, but it's actually like a person, like a type of actor that's playing Jim Henson in this movie. Yeah. And I gotta say, the person who played Jim Henson in Saturday Night, I think he actually did pretty good. Yeah. Because I think his character for Jim Henson was actually pretty neat. And of course, like we get like a bunch of like a little bit of product placements like in terms of 70s settings and all that. And I gotta say, Jason Reitman actually does a good job directing this movie, and Gil Kennan also did a good job producing it too. Yeah, I think ever since Ghostbusters Afterlife, I think Gil Kennan and Jason Reitman have been making a good team together. Yeah, and of course Gil Kennan directed Frozen Empire, but I already said that. And I gotta say, when the movie ended, I was feeling very happy about it, and I'm not gonna spoil the ending, of course, even if there are some of you guys out there who knew how the making of Saturday Night Live was made. But still, I'm not really gonna spoil too much, even though I kind of spoiled the Jim Henson part. But whatever. Yeah, that aside, regardless, this movie was awesome, and I really liked it. My mom even liked the film too. Yeah, she enjoyed it. So overall, Saturday Night was an awesome film, and I'm gonna give Saturday Night 4.5 out of 5 stars. It had some pretty funny scenes here and there in terms of like a satire comedy or something like that. Even though this movie's actually more like a comedy biopic film, like a different kind of film, like yeah. But like I said, I would rate Saturday Night 4.5 out of 5 stars, and if it's playing at a theater near you, then I recommend it. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on Saturday Night. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody. And that's about it.